has yet again changed his mind on the tribunal he appointed to investigate corruption allegations against Supreme Court Judge Justice Philip Tunoi, the president who initially declined to appoint a tribunal but reversed his decision a day later and appointed a tribunal chaired by Judges and Magistrate Vetting Board Chairman Sharad Rao has now reversed his decision on the chairmanship of the tribunal. Sharad Rao has been replaced by retired Judge Justice Jonathan Bowen, a member of the Justice Tunoi Tribunal. The replacement comes after questions were raised over Rao's qualifications to chair the tribunal due to his age and conflict of interest as chairman of the Judges and Magistrates Vetting Board.
There was no change of mind. What we are really in need of communicating to Kenyans is the fact that the president operated within the law. That the law stipulates that we have 14 days within which to set a tribunal. And that is what we have done. And what I think Kenyans are concerned about is a leakage of a letter, which was indeed an internal communication between the Office of the Head of Public Service and Chief of Staff, Mr. Joseph Kenyua, and the Chief Justice. That was a communication within offices. And therefore, I think what is of importance to Kenyans is that the president respected the Constitution and that the tribunal was set up within the stipulated time of 14 days.
But I think what Kenyans are concerned about, even though you call it a leaked document, was that the Chief of Staff, Kenyua, was writing to the Chief Justice, giving reasons why the president would not form the tribunal. And then later he did form the tribunal. That he did it within the 14 days is not in doubt. But Kenyans were worried about this flip-flopping and the president seeming to think that he had discretion within the Constitution in this matter, when many feel that the Constitution is very clear.
Indeed it is. And I think let's deal with what has come out. I believe it will be very important that we deal with the final product. The final product of this discourse between the Office of the Head of Public Service and the Office of the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya was a tribunal. It was gazetted within the stipulated time. And Yvonne, you are aware that before a decision is done, there is so much processing of that decision, and that there are so many parties that are involved. So if somebody wrote a letter and was of the view that that tribunal was not necessary, indeed that would be just an opinion.
All right, but is it an opinion informed by law? Because the law does not give the president that discretion, and that's what many are concerned about.
Not really. I wouldn't say that it's an opinion founded on law. What I'm saying is that there is consultation among and between government departments. And therefore, if there was a letter, and I would want at this point to seriously stress that when we want to communicate with the media, we issue a press statement. If a letter between me and my deputy or me and the next door officer comes out to the media, it has nothing to do with the media. It has nothing indeed to do with the public.
But indeed, this issue had everything to do with the public.
Of course it had, yeah.
Justice Tunoi is facing some serious allegations.
Yes.
And hence, any decision-making process and how that decision is arrived at is something the public would like to know,
yes,
and whether the Constitution informs the decision-making process.
Yes.
Isn't that something the public has a right to know?
Yes, it has indeed.
Let's talk very quickly then about the formation of the tribunal just as we close.
Yes.
Because there's criticism again about who's chairing that commission, Sharad Rao, and that he is not fit to do that.
Yes.
Then we start to get the issue of who's advising the president legally in line with the constitutional requirements.
Yes, yes. Yvonne, let me say this, that the legal advisor to the government is the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya. And that is an office created by the Constitution to be a member of the cabinet, because AG is also a member of the cabinet,
Yes.
and is a legal advisor to government. And any decision that has any legal ramifications within government is processed first through the AG, and obviously within the office of the president there will be internal consultations. There is a lot of consensus building, a lot of collective responsibility about decisions in government. And in the case of the gentleman you have just mentioned, I am aware that a change has been made, that he is now not going to chair that tribunal, because there were certain informations that hadn't come through, and when they came through, there was a change, and another person is now chairing that tribunal.
So Sharad Rao will not be chairing the Tunoi tribunal?
No.
Will he be a member of the tribunal? Because the slot he would ideally fit has been taken up by somebody else.
Let me check. I am not sure exactly whether he is a member of the tribunal, but what I know is that he is not the chair, and that somebody else is the chair.
Can you tell us who?
I think he's Jonathan Havelock.
So retired Justice Jonathan Havelock will chair the Tunoi tribunal. Is that something you can confirm to us tonight?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Kennedy Kihara was the principal